Have a purpose when dribbling the basketball. If you're trying to become a good player, increase your playing time, get on the starting lineup, make a name for yourself, and maybe get recruited to play at a higher level, you need to understand dribble moves have one purpose and one purpose only. And that is to create a lane to attack. This is a mistake that I often see very talented hoopers make, is they dribble around, they have all the moves, all the skills, all the dribble combos, but they don't know what they're trying to achieve with them. When you dribble the ball up and get on offense, there's a wall in front of you that's blocking your way to the basket. So what you're doing is just trying to shift that wall enough that there's a lane that you can open up and attack. You don't need to shift it all the way. You don't need to dribble 18 times and open up the floor entirely. You just need a small crack to attack. And then you need the appropriate moves to make something good happen once you've done that. Maybe that's a floater. Maybe that's a strong take to the rim. Maybe you've attracted help defense and now you've opened up the dish to a teammate. But you have to know when you dribble, this is the only thing you want. Because I'll see guys who've spent hours mastering their dribble. They got really strong handles, really powerful and tight handles, but they create the opening and they don't take it. They don't even seem to see it. They're going to shift their defender and keep coming back for more to shake them a second time, a third time. It accomplishes absolutely nothing. And if you talk to coaches, if you talk to high-level players or anyone who knows their stuff, they're not going to be impressed by that kind of stuff. If you talk to a random guy in the crowd, yes, he's going to tell you like, oh, good job. He's going to hype you up because you just broke ankles. But if you talk to smart people who know basketball, they don't care that you got a crowd excited. If you've put on a show because you've shook him 2 times, 3 times, and now he's recovered, he's reset, and now you still have a wall in front of you, smart basketball minds will just think you're foolish. They will recognize that you have great potential, you have great skill, but you're not actually a good player. You haven't gotten any closer to doing what actually matters in basketball, which is put points on the board. On the contrary, maybe you're a more limited player and you have less options in your bag, but you use your dribble smartly. You just jab one way, tilt the defender slightly, and attack the opening the other way with a crossover. You've accomplished a lot more because now you're in a position where you got your defender on your hip, and now if nobody comes to help, you're on your way to the basket. So now the whole defense has to shift because you're a threat. Mixtape guy who's still behind the 3-point line and still has a wall in front of him is not a threat. Even though he just humiliated the guy in front of him, he's still locked up. And at a certain level, this stuff is not gonna fly. First of all, because defenders are gonna be better, so you're not gonna humiliate them. And second of all, because you're just wasting everybody's time. While you're dribbling, your 4 teammates are just watching, waiting for you to do something productive for the team and stop putting a show for your own personal glory. They might get pissed off, they might stop putting effort, they might stop moving, and also the whole defense has time to get set and bring their focus towards you. And they know if you're the type of player to do that kind of stuff, you're probably not passing the ball. You're probably not putting some guy on a hoop mixtape after you broke his ankle to make the smart play and pass the ball to the open 3-point shot. You're probably the type of guy that's gonna try to force the issue at the rim, try to sneak some kind of tough finish in between 4 defenders, and they're all waiting for you. At the next level, this is not working because you got better defenders in front of you, because you got better teammates who could do the same thing as you are, but they're not doing it because they have the team's best interest in mind, and you're ruining the flow of the offense. If you want your ball handling to be effective, you need to know what you're trying to do with it. And once you get that, you need to capitalize on it. There's no point in trying to create a lane, but once it's there, you're not even using it. You're allowing him to get back in front and block you off. What you need to do is just spot the opening, go there explosively. And if you do get blocked, you counter it and you move the other way. If you can do that in 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, you're much better off. Because in the event that your move hasn't worked, at least Now you haven't wasted everybody's time, wasted time on the clock, pissed the rest of the team off because they were just waiting for you to stop clowning around. You've had time to try creating something. Nobody's gonna yell at you because of that. If you're getting time on the court, you must be an offensive threat. If you want to keep the defense on you and be an effective part of the offense, you need to try to go get a score. But you also need to recognize when the issue is closing, and now you need to kick it off to a teammate. If you took one dribble, two dribble, maybe three dribbles, you had the ball in your hand for 3 seconds, you tried your stuff, didn't work, kick it out to the next teammate, move around, get out the way, nobody's gonna be mad because of that. But if you took 10 seconds because you were dribbling like crazy and everybody was waiting around for you, you better make a shot. You better put points on the board. Now your margin of error is that much smaller. Because if you don't put the ball in the basket, people are going to come at you. People are going to complain. They're going to be mad. They're going to yell at you. Coach is going to take you out the game. So if you want your margin of error to be bigger, be effective with less. If you want to be allowed more scoring opportunities, you need to create scoring moves that require less possession time and less dribbles. Because now every time you touch the ball, you can look for an open shot. Nobody's going to be mad at that, even if it doesn't yield results. But if your only scoring options is to ISO for 10, 12 dribbles, you better be 100% effectiveness on those moves. Because the one time it doesn't work, everybody's mad at you. Everybody wants you off the court. That's how you become a smart player, and you become a smart team player that people want to play with. You reduce the need to have the ball in your hand for a long time in order to score. The less dribbles you need in order to create good scoring opportunities for your team, the more your options are going to scale up, and you're going to be able to use them at a higher level with better competition and better teammates. The less greedy you need to be with the ball in order to get your scoring opportunities, the more people are going to give you those scoring opportunities. The more people are going to encourage you to try to score. On the contrary, the more greedy you need to be every time you try to get your own shot, the less tolerant people are going to be when you don't make the shot. Have that in mind when you build your game, and also when you actually get an opportunity to get on the court. What do you think? Comment below.